Gakonga, your coach and the pioneer of Vision Total Football Kenya. Who is BetKing? BetKing is the new company from Nigeria that is now in Kenya and is the company that has signed a deal with FKF to sponsor the Kenyan Premier League. But ask yourself, how comes the Kenyan Premier League now finds itself in FKF bedroom? What has happened? And how many clubs in KPL that have agreed to go this way? And how were they involved? And how was this negotiated? Now, we know that BetKing is sponsoring Kenyan Premier League, and the deal is for 5 years and is for 1.2 billion Kenya shilling. This is the deal that is being sung all over Kenya, that it is a new day for KPL. It is a multi-billion deal. The KPL has finally entered Canaan, but I want to disagree with this, and I want to say this. Number one, 5 years is a very long time, to sign a deal or to sign a marriage between a sponsor and the KPL for 5 years is a very long time. 5 years is up to 2025 from now. Good things can happen along the way. Most deals should be 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 years. So for me, whenever you sign a long deal in football, you are giving advantage to the person who is signing you, not you, because you doubt your value, you doubt your growth, you doubt what you are going to be worth in a few years' time. Therefore, in this deal, Kenya Premier League has been cheated. Kenyan Premier League is tying itself to a sponsor for 5 years for this deal. Therefore, what we need to look is what is 1.2 billion divided by 5 years. It's around 240 million per year for the 18 clubs. If you divide this money by 18 clubs, you will find out that it is about, and it is 8 million Kenya shillings per year per club. Now, that translates to 650k per month per club. Please answer me this. What can 650k do in 1 month for a club like AFC Leopard, Gor Mahia, Sofapaka, and so on and so on? For me, this money, when it looked together, the total money for 5 years, it sounds like a good deal. When you break it down when you break it down per year, per month, you find out that there is absolutely nothing. And if anyone think that finally our KPL clubs have entered Canaan, I can only tell you this: they will find crocodiles in River Jordan and they will never enter Canaan. The biggest thing here, we must focus well and we must see the big picture. This deal has been used to finalize the takeover of KPL by FKF. FKF has finally taken KPL, and this is a disaster. Now, the KPL takeover has been politicized and has been made to be part of FKF election, FKF elections PR, and the story will only get worse. For me, I know that 5 years, we are not going to get there with this BetKing deal. Something will happen. Either KPL will chicken out, or the betting company, the BetKing, will chicken out. Something will happen. But one question I want you to ask yourself is this: what will happen if Nick Mwendwa is not re-elected? Because this deal has been signed in the hope that Nick Mwendwa remains to be the football president in Kenya, because that was his wish, that he's going to be re-elected and he's going to take over the KPL and it is going to be run from FKF bedroom. That is too dangerous for our Kenyan football, and this is the beginning of the final death of our Kenyan football. I know people are going to say, oh, you are just talking like this. You don't wish Kenyan Premier League clubs well. At least this is something. But I want to tell you this. Even during colonial times, when you are not beaten in the morning, you are told, at least you are not beaten today. So smile. This is how things go. For me, I see the bigger picture. For me, I see the politics behind this deal. For me, I understand what I'm talking about in regard to football marketing, in regard to football management, in regard to football governance. And I want to say this. Those who have been watching me long enough, they know that very well. There is nothing that I have ever said that has not come to be. Now, this deal is bad. This takeover by FKF taking over KPL is bad thing. FIFA's own research says that top tier leagues that are run by the federation are normally not good, and they normally don't attract good sponsors. And you know why? Because these are two entities with two different visions. The vision for FKF is very different to the vision of the KPL. The KPL vision is to be is to become a multi-billion industry, is to make all the 18 clubs become billionaires. FKF, as much as is about making money, the primary aim is to govern and sort the issues of the country's football. So how can these two visions be under one FKF president? This is wrong. Our country has been confused. Our country and our football has been plunged into more trouble. Now, I want us to ask ourselves one more question. What happened to the company that was called Mafro? Mafro was a company from Singapore that was paraded on Kenyan TVs by Nick Mwendwa in 2017, and it signed a sponsorship deal for jerseys for Harambee Stars for 25 million Kenya shillings per year. That deal never came to be. Up to today, we were never told what happened to Mafro. When I raised questions about it in 2017, people said I was making noise. The same when the OBE van issue was came about and I raised the questions about it, people said I was making noise. Now people can look back and see what I was talking about. When companies that we have never heard their name, when companies that we cannot trust get involved, things get worse and get worse and worse and worse. Now, the most important thing I want you to understand here is that before Mafro in 2017, Joma had just left Kenya in 2016. It did not want to renew its sponsorship deal for Harambee Stars kit that was for 50 million Kenya shilling. That is 2016. 50 million per year. And just in 2017 comes Mafro, which now gave Harambee Stars a kit deal for 25 million Kenya shilling. So what is the difference? 50 million and 25 million is halfway. So Kenya, our national team, lost value between 2016 and 2017 by half. These unchecked red stars, and red flags has a lot of problems for us in the future. And that's why I said in this deal of FKF sponsorship deal for KPL, we need to see the details. We need to see the bigger picture and understand that KPL under the leadership of FKF will die for good. FKF has more problems than KPL. And now KPL finds a new home in the bedroom of FKF. We are being told that a new organization or a new company will be formed to run KPL. We want to know who is forming this new little company inside FKF to run KPL. And who who is going to be involved in this creating of this company there to run KPL? Who are the owners? Who crafted this? How was KPL involved? How many clubs were involved in this? How many clubs voted, yes, we want takeover by FKF? It is because the clubs were hungry. This deal has been used to manipulate the clubs and to bring them by pulling their nose up to inside FKF bedroom. This is serious, and it is just a matter of time before we see the biggest war involving football clubs in Kenya. Now, where did the rain started beating us in Kenya? Why are our clubs so poor? Why can our Kenyan football not make any money? I want us to look this point here. If you think about it, most money for football clubs must come through jersey selling and TV broadcasting right. When is the last time you heard a number of clubs in Kenya having a jersey sponsor. When is the last time you had in Kenya clubs having a TV right sponsorship deal? Because these are the two. Normally, the title is normally something very small. Peanuts, the title sponsorship, which is what is this deal that FKF has signed. So therefore, our football clubs must focus on one thing: how to bring fans into the stadium and how to win thousands of fans to come back to support the clubs. Without the fans, clubs will die no matter what, because there is no sponsor who is going to be involved in clubs that have no fans. Therefore, for me, the medicine for the KPL is to reinvent itself so that they can reinvent their style of play, they can reinvent their organization, they can reinvent and make the football attractive. This lies the answer to the KPL. Going in FKF bedroom and eating mandazi in FKF bedroom will only kill the clubs further. For now, it looks like a good deal. But going forward, no sponsor will want to be involved with KPL under the leadership of FKF, except these few betting companies that don't care and don't mind do or die. Those are the only ones will get involved in KPL under the leadership of FKF. If KPL want to attract the likes of Nike, the likes of Adidas, the likes of Joma, they must think of how not to be linked to FKF. Now, think about this. In 2018, when Sport Pesa came back to Kenya, it is sponsored Gor Mahia, by a deal of 198 million Kenya shilling for 3 years. That means this is for jersey sponsorship, and that translates to 66 million Kenya shilling per 1 year, and that in 1 month is 5.5 million Kenya shilling. Now, AFC Leopard got 52 million per year, and per month is 4 million Kenya shilling. So look at that. 4 million for AFC, 5.5 million for Gor Mahia per month. That was for jersey sponsorship. And now look here. Gor Mahia is going to get just 1 million. It's going to get 8 million per year and just 650K per month from the title sponsorship. So you can see that the money is in jersey and the money is in TV broadcasting deal. These two areas is where our Kenyan football clubs must think and navigate how they are going to get there. And for me, I know for sure they are not going to get there without reinventing themselves. So that is key. And Vision Total Football Kenya is quite happy to show them how they are going to reinvent themselves. Now, I want to talk about Everton. You know, Everton was sponsored, the jersey sponsorship, by Sport Pesa was for 1 billion Kenya shilling per year. If you look on the other side, Gor Mahia, our best club, the deal was for 66 million Kenya shilling per year. So 1 billion for Everton, 66 million for Gor Mahia. So therefore now you can see when I talk of value, this is what I'm talking about. Value of a club is so important, and that's why I am asking Kenyan Premier League clubs to focus on adding value to themselves. Value is everything. Without value and without supporters and without fans, football in Kenya, as far as KPL is concerned, will never grow. Now, I want to talk about something else. Think about England Women Premier League. England Women Premier League just got a deal from Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank is not a sponsorship. It's not a betting company. But ask yourself, why did it got involved? Because of quality, because of integrity, because of the name, the brand name of the Women Premier League in England. And the deal that they got is for 3 years. 16 clubs in forms Women Premier League in England. And for 3 years, they are going to get 1 billion Kenya shilling and 50 million per year for prize for prize winning, depending where you finished, where the club finishes on the table, they are going to share 50 million Kenya shilling. But there is 1 billion in 3 years, yeah, just for the name. So the Women Premier League in England is going to be called Barclays Women Premier League. And remember, Barclays was sponsoring EPL up to 2016. But after their EPL said, we don't want title sponsorship, we can stand for ourselves. And that's why nowadays you don't see Barclays logo on TV when you're watching EPL. All you see is a logo of a lion. That's EPL's own logo. They said they are enough, they have enough money, they don't want a title sponsorship deal. So now Barclays Bank has gone to sponsor Women Premier League in England. But now look what I mean about value. So Kenya Premier League is very old and it is men football. And 5 years, it is getting 1.2 billion. Here we have Women Premier League for 3 years getting 1 billion. Think about it. Value, value, value. Value is everything. Before we finish, I want us to talk about Shield Cup while we are in this issue of value. Shield Cup right now, it is sponsored by Betway. And Betway is paying FKF per year 15 million Kenya shilling. But in 2018, the Shield Cup was sponsored by SportPesa for 23 million Kenya shilling. So ask yourself, what happened between 2018 and now 2020 that the Shield Cup has lost 7 million Kenya shilling along the way in just 2 years' time? Therefore, I hope now I have demonstrated enough how our Kenyan football is losing value day by day. And whoever is thinking that this FKF PR is about growing Kenyan football must think again. Remember, we had the county leagues that were sponsored by Odibet, and we were told that Odibet is going to give these county leagues money, kit, and balls. To date, so many clubs are complaining they never got any of that. Few clubs, yes, got it, and I know the launch was in this place in Nairobi, Camp Toyoyo. But after there, I don't know how many clubs got the kit, the money, and the balls anymore. Now, this is what I'm talking. The PR in our Kenyan football is too much. FKF has forgotten its primary objective in regard to our Kenyan football. And now they are just chasing any available sponsorship deal. Think about the Bettini deal for the Super League. Again, we have the Super League there that got sponsored 30 million a year, and FKF took 15 million and left the Super League clubs to only share 15 million. Who needed the money the most, FKF or the Super League? Answer that question yourself. Our football is heading the wrong way, but the PR is so much that we think our football is growing. I leave you in peace. I'm gone.